everyone, this is Nimish. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss a very common and popular topic that will never get old. Who is the best among the three young superstars of the Malayalam film industry? Dulquer Salman, Nivin Pauly and Fahadh Faasil. Each of them are superstars in their own right, in their own space. They have their own huge base of fans that are completely loyal and completely supportive, and also go to war with the other fan clubs in terms of who is better. But of course, these are all friendly fan clubs. These are all friendly competition for the three actors amongst themselves. We all know that they are friends. They've even worked together several times. However, the comparison will never end. Just like Mohanlal and Mammootty are best friends, but they are the two healthy competitors, the biggest superstars ever. The young generation, there are many other actors obviously, but these three are kind of the leaders of the young generation, and even the other actors will agree to that. So today we're going to look into some of the things and analyze who is really doing very well, who is really the best, if we can even come to that conclusion. So let's start with a couple facts here. I looked into the history of each of these stars, but based on the data mining of their history of films, their filmography each, and understanding how much of a success each and every film was, I've arrived at a percentage for each of these actors for their success ratio. This success ratio is definitely conservative and not aggressive. So some of you are going to jump out and be like, that's not true, that's not possible. He has a much larger success rate. So let's get into that right now. Just for context, Dulquer Salman has done approximately 26 films. Nivin Pauly has done approximately 30 films, and Fahadh Faasil has actually done way more films at 44 to 45. So that itself goes to show that Fahadh Faasil is actually way ahead in terms of experience, in terms of number of films. And so let's actually start with Fahadh Faasil, who is the big buzz right now. Fahadh Faasil's success ratio for the 40 plus films that he's done, if you look closely, is actually 50%, which is not a good ratio. It goes to show that a lot of his films did not work. Even though fresh off the back-to-back successes of around 5 to 6 films of his last films, we think that he's amazing and he's going to do great in his career, obviously, and we'll come to his future and aspects and projects. But to look back at his entire career, we can see that his success ratio is approximately 50%, which is not that good. It is very surprising to some of you, but Nivin Pauly actually has a better success rate at 55%. So slightly better, but given that he has done much lesser films, it's kind of neck to neck out there. However, even though that stands true and all the statistical disturbances come in, 55% Nivin Pauly is doing better than Fahadh Faasil when you look at his entire career. The biggest surprise of it all is Dulquer Salman, who is actually at a 70% success rate. And that goes to show that he has really navigated his career and made great choices from start to finish. Ustad Hotel was his second film, so you can imagine how far back he goes to giving successes right from the start of the career. This is something that probably impacted Fahadh Faasil's general growth and career approach, where most of his successes are recent and some of his starting movies were really, a hit or miss, so to speak. So that being said, a lot of you guys are going to jump and be like 70% Dulquer Salman, he's at 90%, and someone is going to be, Fahadh Faasil is at 75%. But even if you boost up my percentages, I feel like Dulquer Salman is at the top with the success ratio, followed by Nivin Pauly, and then last Fahadh Faasil. Focusing on the last few films, these three actors obviously have had a very different, unique approach. Initially, they were all restricted to the Malayalam film industry, doing films for Kerala audiences. Slow and steady, they started expanding into other states such as Tamil industry. Dulquer has worked in Hindi as well as Telugu film industry, continues to do so. All of them continue to do so. And now with OTT, it's a game changer as to what is going to come next. Let's start with Dulquer Salman. His last few films actually have been all over the place. It's been 2 films in the Hindi film industry, both of which didn't work, Karwa and The Zoya Factor. He did a very good film in the Telugu film industry called Mahanati. He recently gave a knockout success, a surprise success called Kannum Kannum Koledital in the Tamil film industry. And his upcoming film is Kurup in the Malayalam film industry, which is, crazy hype, crazy buzz around it. It's going to be amazing. I feel like it's going to be some one of a kind movie. So he is kind of all over the place. In terms of Malayalam movies itself, his last few films are something like Varne, Avashyamund, Oru Yavandan Prem Kada, things like that, that are really strictly average if you think of it. Even though the local audiences, some audiences, fan bases might have enjoyed it, they're pretty strictly average movies. So Dulquer Salman has clearly taken the approach of expanding his brand and his personality into different kinds of industries, different kinds of roles, different kinds of characters, and that seems to be working for him. Although he's doing all of that, at the same time, it seems like he cannot let go of that charming young boy character that he loves to play, because his next upcoming film after Kurup is going to be a movie called Van, which is again in the romantic drama sort of category. In the Malayalam film industry, which he's native to, he's probably not given or delivered successes like Bangalore Days, Charlie, Ustad Hotel in a long time, something to really recreate that magic that he created originally. So I'm pretty sure all his fans are really excited for Kurup, but are also waiting to understand what he does next. Moving on to Nivin Pauly, hopefully, it looks like he's doing the right thing right now, but his past few films were Mikhail, love action drama, and of course the very successful, critically acclaimed Muthon, which I think is a pivot point in his career. But based on the really lackluster performance of love action drama and Mikhail, even though it might have made some money and people might call it a success, in no way or shape or form can those two films be called good movies. And I don't think people and his fans are excited to watch those kind of movies. Even if they watch those two movies, they're not going to watch any more of those kind of movies if he keeps making them. He also did Richie in Tamil and tried to go that route because he wanted to increase his Tamil audience. So Nivin Pauly has been sort of focusing more on his superstardom, and he also did Kaimkulam Kochuni, which boosted his stardom a bit as well. So that superstar image, that sort of mass superstar image and appeal, both for Kerala and Malayalam and Tamil audiences, he's been trying to focus on that and trying to please that audience and trying to boost up that superstardom section, as opposed to the genuine Nivin Pauly that we used to see in his earlier days, whether again Bangalore Days, Action Hero Biju, Premam, all these movies. We've seen a really genuine Nivin Pauly who believes in creative ideas and does things, collaborating with his friends, and really unique approach to films, which we saw in Muthon. But again, that was a pan-India sort of project that is a once in a few years kind of a thing. So his future endeavors are actually pretty interesting. He has Thuramukam, Padavettu, and Gangster of Mundanmala, and although all those three sound and look and feel like action-oriented movie where he's sort of again pushing that sort of action mass hero appeal, I do think that there is some good content in there, and then those three movies are actually going to be very interesting to watch because they are made by good directors, good team. They are looking very good in terms of the first look in any promos we might have seen. And especially after the crazy success of Muthon, I feel like, he probably has that zone back where he's selecting amazing projects, unique scripts and ideas, and getting back some of that creative angle that we missed for a while. So hopefully, we are again very curious to watch these films that he's coming up with, many more as well, and really looking forward to how those films turn out, to then again revisit and say, did he continue following the superstardom path, or did he actually balance it out much better? On the list, Fahadh Faasil, as I said, he might have the lowest success rate, but looking at the past few years, success after mega success, blockbuster, he's just been going crazy with both the creativity angle, satisfying his audience, making everyone go amazingly wow about him, creating a national sort of vibe and national sort of alert about himself. People are not going to miss his movies from all over India now, especially with his transition to OTT with See You Soon. People have so much more awareness because of his creative films and impactful performance. Movies like Kumbalangi Nights that have done very well nationwide, and of course with the fresh success of See You Soon, he's just continuing to prove that he is here to stay for a long time with very good ideas. To me, as I discussed Dulquer and Nivin, Fahadh Faasil seems to be the only actor of these three that's really satisfying his core audiences, whether it's his fans, the people that are looking forward to him, even the people that might have criticized him or don't like him. They have no option but to say that this guy is great and his films are great. Even Trance was such an amazing concept project, and it really did very well on OTT, on Prime, once it released. So with these kind of movies and the movies that he's coming up with, like Malik, Irul, Joji, and I think Thankam, these movies are going to be again extremely good collaborative creative projects where he's going to surprise us again. And that to me is the mark of someone that's really navigating their career well. And I think Fahadh Faasil is, going to definitely be the one to look out for in the near future, because we know he's been doing well. He's going to do well with these projects that I just called out, and there's no doubt that those films are going to be good. So even though with the lowest success rate as we started out to date, going forward, I think obviously this is the most exciting actor to look out for. That being said, I'm an equally big fan of Nivin Pauly and Dulquer Salmaan, and I really want to see how their next few films pan out. Leave your comments below on what you think about this discussion today and their success rate, what they've done in the past few films, whether you liked it or not, what you think they should do next, and some of the projects that they should really try to do, of directors they should work with. Leave those comments below, because it will be interesting to read and understand everyone's opinion and also gain some facts on these. If I've gotten any facts wrong, definitely feel free to correct me by dropping those comments below. So that was my video. Again, as I said, to me Fahadh Faasil is probably the most exciting actor right now, but the other two also have very good projects coming up. So the future is bright. 2021 looks very exciting, and I cannot wait for things to reopen up again, more of these guys' films to come out so we can go out and watch them and enjoy them and get back to that normalcy of watching films, a lot of new films sooner, week after week. So it's going to be exciting. Looking forward to 2021. I hope you like this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and keep watching for more.